Silver State Trains, back at it again for the weekend. I'm going to clear off all this crap here, and I think I'm going to drop this mountain down about an inch. I don't want all this height here, so I'm going to trim this down a little bit so that way I can drop it down, maybe make it a little bit more realistic. Because looking at this, I think this cliff face, mountain face, whatever I want to call it, is a little too tall, and I think dropping it an inch might be perfect. Also be a little less to work with, so I'm going to get that going here. So first off, let me clear all this crap off. Okay, well, as you can see, I got everything cleared off now. I got the top removed off of that mountain area. I got all my 2x3s out, so I'm just going to chop off an inch on all these, and I'll put this all back together, and then I can trim foam. That's my next step. All right, well, I'm going to hold off on cutting here because I have this white foam up here, which is not what I'm going to use. I still have a good big chunk of this 1-inch foam that I'm going to put up here, so that'll lower this down. I think this is sitting at 1.5 inches, or between 1.25 inches and 1.5 inches, or 1 3/4 inches, excuse me. So it's somewhere in that height. I don't remember how thick this is. This might be, I think this is 1/2 inch board, so I'm sitting at 1.5 inches. It's early, math. So I'm going to hold off on trimming this down, and I think I've watched some videos on how to kind of cut into the foam to kind of scribe it like a mountain face. So I want to make some kind of cliff face here, so a rock face or something another, so that way when the train is going by, this will all be various different colors of gray or whatnot to make this look like it's a rock cliff mountain face, something another is my plan. I got this trimmed down here so I can put one piece of flat foam on here, because I'm planning on making this a slight hill, gradient hill, if you will, coming down into here. So this all needs to be glued down, and I want to make this lift off. So I'm not sure if I'm going to glue these in place and have the top lift off. So I'll play around with that. But I need to be able to make sure that I can maintenance the track underneath. If I learned anything from my first layout, what you think is enough space, add more, because it's a pain in the butt to get in there and maintenance your track if you can't get in there. And then if you can't get in there, wherever you can't get to is where your track is going to decide it wants to have issues. That's the other thing that I learned. So I think I'm going to end it here today with what I have going on. I got this lowered. Next time I'll obviously need to kind of come in and trim this out, but I don't want to take anything out until I know what this is going to look like. So, little by little, I'm just going to keep the plan going, but I think I'm going to call it for today. So I got this going, unless I want to run some trains now that I have my DCC stuff off. Or sorry, my DC trains, I have that off the layout now. So I can go back to running DCC because everything on here is already has a decoder installed. So maybe I'll run some trains. I'm not quite sure. But anyhow, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys had a good weekend. And I'll see you in the next episode.